Okay, so today we're jumping into what is honestly one of the most intense psychological showdowns you'll ever read about. We're going to look at the story of Jesus' temptation in the wilderness and frame it as what it really is, a high-stakes duel. You've got this 40-day contest of pure conviction against a seriously powerful opponent. But, this story isn't just about one person's trial. It actually pushes us to ask a question that really gets to the heart of things for all of us.
And yeah, that brings us right to the core question here. A question for every single one of us. How are our deepest convictions really tested? I mean, is it when everything's going great? Or is it when we're pushed to our absolute breaking point? Well, this ancient story, it digs right into that very idea.
All right, so this is where the duel kicks off. Imagine this. Right after his baptism, which was this huge moment of validation, Jesus is immediately led out into the wilderness. And this isn't just a walk in the desert, This is the arena being chosen for a trial that's going to set the stage for his entire mission.
And the conditions for this thing, they are absolutely brutal. We're talking 40 days and 40 nights of fasting. That number, 40, isn't just pulled out of a hat. It always signifies this period of major trial and preparation. Think about it. Extreme physical weakness, total mental exhaustion. I mean, that's the perfect storm for having your resolve tested, right?
And we really have to get this. The wilderness here, it's way more than just a bunch of sand and rocks. It's a state of being. It's like this place where everything is stripped away, all the comforts, all the distractions, and you're just left to face who you really are and what you actually believe. It's the ultimate crucible, the ultimate test chamber. So the stage is set, and right on cue, the challenger appears. The first test, it's aimed straight at the most basic, most primal human need there is, hunger. Remember, after 40 days with zero food, this is a challenge rooted in just raw, physical desperation.
The tempter's opening move is so deceptively simple. He says, "If you are the Son of God, command these stones to become bread." It's a classic appeal, right? Use your power for your own survival. Solve this crippling problem with a quick, easy miracle. And really, this whole thing boils down to a classic conflict. On one hand, you've got the offer of instant gratification. Get rid of that awful, crippling hunger right now. But on the other hand, you have this refusal to compromise, to put a higher principle above that immediate, desperate need.
And here comes the countermove, the parry that just shuts it down. The response is a quote that basically says human life is about more than just food. It's this powerful declaration that purpose, that spiritual sustenance, that stuff matters more, even when you're starving. And just like that, the first challenge is beaten.
Okay, so the first physical test was a total bust for the tempter. So what does he do? He raises the stakes, dramatically. Now the challenge shifts from just personal survival to the temptation of ultimate worldly power. And this next offer is just staggering. The tempter shows Jesus all the kingdoms of the world, all their glory and power, and says, all of this, it can be yours. All you have to do is fall down and worship me. This is the ultimate shortcut to total power, right? A way to just bypass the entire struggle. So now the core tension is crystal clear. The offer is just raw power, dominion, an easy button for influence and control. But the refusal, that's all about integrity. It's about rejecting a compromise that would completely betray the mission. It's choosing your allegiance to your real purpose over simple ambition.
The comeback is swift and absolute. No room for negotiation. The response just reaffirms a single, unwavering allegiance. It's a total rejection of compromising your core beliefs for a little bit of power. And boom, the second challenge is defeated.
All right, 2 down, 1 to go. But this third and final challenge, it's the most subtle and maybe the most dangerous. This is a pure psychological test. The tempter actually tries to twist faith against itself, even using scripture as a weapon. So he takes Jesus to the highest point in the temple in Jerusalem and says, if you really are the Son of God, prove it. Throw yourself down. And get this, he even quotes scripture, saying that God will send angels to catch him. It's a straight-up dare, right? A demand to put on a show, to force God's hand and prove who you are to everyone.
And what this is really all about is the huge difference between a public spectacle and actual, true faith. The offer is basically make a scene, demand a sign, and force God to react. The refusal, though, is based on authentic trust. The kind that doesn't need to constantly test the person or thing you believe in.
And just like that, with one more quote from scripture, the final challenge is deflected. The response makes this incredibly powerful point. There's a world of difference between having faith and demanding proof.
It's a flat-out refusal to turn a relationship of trust into some kind of transaction you have to verify. The duel is won.
So, with all 3 challenges met and completely overcome, the showdown is over. It's reached its end. The victor is clear, and the fallout from this duel is immediate.
And the outcome couldn't be clearer. First step, the tempter just leaves. The duel is over. He lost. Step 2, help arrives. Angels come to minister to Jesus after this whole ordeal. And finally, step 3, the mission begins. Having been through the fire, tested and proven, he's ready. He walks out of that wilderness, and his public work truly starts.
Which, it leaves us with this final thought. This incredible story, it's not just a story. It's kind of a blueprint for the trials we all go through in our own lives. It makes you ask, right? What are our own wilderness moments? What are those challenges to our physical needs, to our ambition, to our very faith that end up defining who we are?